What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. At the shop again today. Wanted to do another review video. It's a little bit different of a review, in that it's a long-term or longer-term review. Now that we've had a chance to actually use the Raptor Liner in the back of my F-150 there, and kind of see, you know, what it's like after, you know, putting floor jacks in it, tires and wheels, and kind of how it held up. It did pretty well if you just consider the price of it, but considering the time and effort it takes to actually do it yourself, I'm not entirely convinced you shouldn't just go get a Linex Bedliner, especially on a small bed truck like this, and just have them do it, get their lifetime warranty and be done with it. Because let me show you kind of the issues I have with it. So any place that you have like impacts, it chips off pretty good. You can see like kind of the impact and then the big chip around it, because there's no flex in it at all. Let's see, where's another good one. This is kind of like a scrape and an impact. And because there's no flex in the Raptor Liner, anytime it takes like a hit, it just breaks and chips. So it's more like a paint than a Raptor Liner. So it's like a paint with texture. And you think like, well, it's supposed to be a bed liner, but like if you go look at like Linex's, you know, Rhino Liner, maybe not Rhino Liner, but there's a couple of them out there anyway. They're more rubberized, whereas this is very like, I mean, it's a hard coating. So it looks great. I mean, it still looks fantastic, like from here, you know, but it definitely, it chips really easily. And the reason I'm kind of harping on it is because it happens on stuff that I know got prepped well. You know, I could see if it was on like, you know, the edges of, you know, in this, you know, valley, that doesn't get, you know, that's hard to sand in that, but that sanded well. That big chip over there on that bed, that was sanded well. There's a couple of them on the sides of stuff that I know it was sanded, cleaned, all that stuff, and it's still like anytime it's a little impact, but it chips off, and it doesn't just chip where it's impacted. Like you can see where the impact is, and then it flakes off around it. So, you know, you can see the impact on the top of that. So the impact's at the top, and it just chips all the way off. So, I don't know. I guess if you're like on a budget and you need a bed liner and you really, you know, want the spray-in bed liner, go for it. But now you're in like, so now I'm in a position to where I can't get a Linex liner on the truck without stripping all that off first. So it's like, that becomes a big deal, because that ain't gonna be easy to sand through. So I'm gonna fix those paint chips today. I have a can of it, and that's another plus, I guess, for the Raptor Liner, is that you can get it at AutoZone or whatever. So I'll show you what we're gonna do, what the plan of attack is. So plan is clean up any of the scuffs as best we can, and then hit it with the Raptor coating in a can. So again, that's a plus, is that you can get this at I think it's AutoZone carries it, but I mean, you can see it just chips like so easily. Like I don't put big heavy stuff in. I'm like throwing like rocks and stuff in here like they show in the commercials, and I'm not doing any of that. The heaviest thing I have in here is has been a floor jack, and you know, I strap it in place, make sure it's not going to go anywhere, and still just like, I don't know, just kind of disappointed in it. But anyway, we'll fix it up as best we can, and then we'll kind of see how that turns out. Hopefully it goes well. So let's get into it. Did some big gnarly ones up here. So +1, it is quick and easy to repair the scratches. Doesn't show up well on camera, but they are, I don't know, you might be able to see it from way back here. Obviously they're not the same shade of black as what's on the truck, because instead of putting it over silver, we're now putting it over black. So, and it's new, right? It hasn't hit the sun, so, and it's still a little wet. So hopefully it will lighten up when it dries a bit. We'll see. But at least it is easy to patch. You can get it wherever. So here it is, guys. After about an hour in the sun, it's dry, it's patchy, but it's covered. So it means it's not gonna corrode or anything like that. Obviously this is not gonna rust, it's an aluminum truck, but you know, you will get corrosion and stuff like that, just from contaminants getting on the metal. So again, yeah, it's easy to repair, but man, looks like the bed of your truck's got a rash or something. So all in all, if I had to do it over again, I would just take it to Linex and have them spray it. I'd have a warranty, and I had Linex in my other truck, and this was kind of more of like an experiment, I guess, just to see, you know, I'd seen great reviews online, and yeah, it looks great when you first put it in, but after 6 months of moderate use, I mean, it's already pretty banged up, pretty chipped up. I don't know what that's gonna look like in 4 years, 5 years, you know. Or you're gonna have to strip it off and redo it. That's probably what's gonna have to happen. So, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. You know, pro, it's cheap. It does, you know, look the part. It looks good. It's easy to get a hold of and respray, you know, those chips and dings and stuff like that. So, you know, ease of use is up there after you've already sprayed it, but actually laying it down, that's a pain, man. Sanding the whole bed down, cleaning it, you know, that's no fun. So it was a full 10-ish hour job. So, and you know, it is cost effective, but other than that, it's not holding up very well. And I have a feeling that now that you have it, if you want to go to a Linex liner or something like that, it's going to be probably triple the cost it would have been originally if you didn't put it down in the first place. So for the money, everybody says for the money it's a good product, but is it really? You know, it was still $300. They're about $350 to put it in, to get all the materials. It took a whole day to spray it, right? So that other video we did, is Raptor Liner worth it? You know, we kind of broke down what it would what you would pay yourself to do it, and it was close. Like, it was almost what you would pay to do a Linux liner. So if I'm honest with you, it's really not the way to go if you're looking for something that's durable. Like, if you don't ever use your truck bed, if it's something that's just gonna look good, you're just putting, like, I don't know, pillows back there or something, sure, it's fine for that. But if you actually use it, like if you were like if this is like a work specific vehicle, like I put stuff in the bed of my truck, but it's still a daily, it doesn't get a ton of use. But if you like were using this as like a construction vehicle or something like that, don't get a Raptor Liner. It's gonna flake off, and probably 2 months you're gonna have all kind of issues with it, especially if you do it yourself. Maybe if you had a shop do it, they'd give you a warranty, but I don't know, to me, Linux seems like the better product. You pay a little more for it, but again, you get what you pay for. So that's kind of my review in a nutshell. There's better options if you want to pay a little bit more for it. I would go with that, especially if it's going to be a work truck or something that you're going to use. You're going to put tools in and stuff like that, like I do mine. Like I said, mine gets a very light to moderate use, and it's already chipping off, not even a year later. Like I showed you guys some of the bigger ones, but there's little chips, everywhere throughout it. That's hard to pick up on camera, that I went and fixed, just resprayed. So hopefully after, a couple weeks in the sun, it kind of fades out and looks like the rest of it, but I doubt it. I think it's always gonna have that kind of splotchy look because it's on top of the old stuff. So it is what it is. It is, again, it's the bed of the truck. It's not like I painted the side of the truck and now it's all splotchy, but it could have been better, right? Could have done the Linux and probably would have been happier with it. So that's kind of where I stand on it. But again, guys, that's neither here nor there, I guess. So, but that's my review on it. It's okay. It's not great. I give it like a 5 out of 10, I guess. So if you enjoyed the video, if you got some useful information out of it, give it a thumbs up. If you thought it was a waste of your time, thumb it down. Either way, it helps me out. So if you have any questions about the Raptor Liner, how we did it, you can always go watch this video of where we actually applied it and kind of all the steps we did there. Put a link up here, whatever that little bar is. Yeah, so there's that video you can watch. Also, as always, you can leave me a comment, ask any questions on there. I'd be happy to help you out, answer any that you might have. But as usual, guys, appreciate you coming out and watching the video. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.